With 2020 finally behind us, it's a good time to look back at all the things in gaming that shaped last year the way it has been. Keeping that in mind, we'll be covering all of last year this month, starting off with the 8 worst games to come out in the year 2020. Namaskar friends, welcome to Illegal Desi. Let's start. At number 8, we have Fast and Furious Crossroads. This game was hyped up with the appearance of Vin Diesel on the stage of the Game Awards in 2019, but the actual game has been a major disappointment, with both critics and users slamming it left, right, and center. IGN calls this game as a short, shallow, and surprisingly simple, and it's nothing less than a crashing disappointment in virtually every department. If you were looking to buy an action car game, this one is definitely not the one to pick. At number 7 is 13 Remake. This is nothing but the remastered version of the original game, which was a hit when it came out. Its biggest problems are its bugs and glitches, which has disappointed the fans of the original game as well as those who were looking forward to play it for the first time. From screen tearing to crashes, the complaints are endless. This game is not bad per se because the original was a massive hit. However, if you're looking forward to this one, wait a little while for the devs to work on its glitches and you can probably pick it up for real cheap later on. At number 6 is Empire of Sin. RTS games really had a great year in 2020 with hits like Desperados 3, Gears Tactics, and even Age of Empires 3 Remake. But one of the biggest miss in the genre happens to be Empire of Sin. Reviewers are not happy with the product and neither are the players. PlayStation Universe has stated Empire of Sin as a poor and skeleton-thin management game at its core with complicated systems, menus, and tutorials that do a poor job at getting you acclimated to the experience. Add on top of that a library worth of bugs that force you to restart, ruin pivotal moments of the game, and just make the experience more frustrating, and you have a game that is not worth even a slight bit of consideration. Empire of Sin is a massive disappointment. At number 5, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. This is one game where the critics and fans don't really see eye to eye. While the critics hail the game as a great addition to the COD franchise, gamers have slammed it across platforms with user metascores on Metacritic dipping into the lower threes. People were already hating on the dual price model introduced by Activision for different console versions, but gamers agree that game has many problems, including but not limited to the poorly built maps and terrible gameplay. At number 4 is Remothered Broken Porcelain. This game might have flown under your radar, however the critics had high hopes of this game being a great addition to the horror genre only to end up as a sloppy excuse for it. While this game has certain reasons to be praised, they are far outweighed by its ever-present problems, including but not limited to the buggy mess the game was released in. At number 3 is Cyberpunk 2077. The game almost everyone believed was going to blow them away, but after 8 years, all the developers could give was broken game and a broken promise. The game has done so poorly on the last generation consoles that PlayStation had to pull it off their stores and offer full refunds, a move that has never happened, not even for Fallout 76. Then Microsoft joined in to also assure full refunds of the game. This game eroded a lot of trust and goodwill that CDPR built with The Witcher 3, but the way things were handled were so poor to say the least. This game is still waiting many fixes across different platforms, which will be released in patches in the next 4 to 6 months. But it has resulted in class action lawsuits against the developers and a huge loss of goodwill, which only time will tell if they can ever recover. At number 2 is FIFA 21. The recycled football game from every year only seems to have gone worse. This, at the very least, looks nothing more than a minor roster refresh and change of looks of the player for the current season. Football fans almost unanimously agree that this game could have been a smaller and cheaper DLC of FIFA 20 if it wasn't the money-making tactics of EA. In fact, the only rival game, Pro Evolution Soccer, had a much better handle on things when they announced that PES 21 will be a season update only and offered the game for a much cheaper price than FIFA. At Metacritic, the users gave the game score a 1. To make things worse, the Nintendo Switch version of the game FIFA 21 Legacy Edition is nothing but a rehash of FIFA 2019, which prompted IGN to give it a rating of 2 and say, seeing as EA copy and pasted last year's FIFA onto Switch again this year, once again saying it has the same gameplay without any new developments or significant enhancements on its store page for the full price of $49.99, I've decided to do the same and copy paste my review of FIFA 20 on Switch below as my review of FIFA 21. That is saying a lot. And at number 1 for the worst game of 2020 is Madden 21. If you thought the copy-paste tactics EA used on FIFA 21 Legacy was bad, Madden 21 was in a whole other damage. From stripped-down mechanics and modes to copy-pasting the celebration cuts to some parts of the stadium saying Madden 20 instead of 21. This game was the worst copy-paste job you could see in game. Users on Metacritic were not sparing in their review as over 5,000 people gave this game a collective score of 0.2 out of 10 with no changes in the trend for any other platform, sending a clear message to EA to improve its act. Others sent out requests to NFL to change the developer from EA to another company so they can have a go at it, as currently Madden series has no alternative in the American football. And there you have it, the worst games of 2020. Let me know what you think of this list. If there's a game you think that deserves to be here, be sure to mention it down in the comments below. If you like the video, hit the like button and the subscribe button. It helps out this channel a ton. Share this video out to a friend. Click the bell notification for more videos from me, and I will see you in the next one.